profile from Rotenks from Loot for TCG, and this time I'm going to be doing another deck profile on Nectar. This time it's on my build which I got top 8 with at Springfest while going 5-1 in Swiss, only dropping a game to Murakumo because I haven't played the matchup in ages and I was like, I don't know what to do. How do I play against this? Do I rush? Do I not rush? I forgot. So yeah, Nectar, they're a clan that has the Force marker, and they make tokens. Well, that's a special thing. They make tokens which are grade 0 with the boost ability, and they are 5k without any extra added effects. So yeah, hopping into it, you have the grade 0 lineup which uses 1 Kira, your on-ride draw a card starter, then you have 4 crit, 8 crit, 4 draw PGs, and 4 heal for your trigger lineup. That's all the grade 0s you run, since there's no like backup grade 0 that you need to run for consistency. It isn't Bloom where you run 2 of the starter, so you don't need to do any more setup. So yeah. Then we have your grade 1 lineup where you run 4 Dandelion Musketeer America. What she does is, on place, either circle, Sword Blast 1, you call a plant token in the same column as it onto a rear guard. And then, if she is on rear guard, whenever you call a rear guard in the same column as her, she will gain 3000 power, so she'll slowly bump up and bump up. She's basically Corolla Dragon, but she only works in that column and won't get anything else from calling in different columns. So yeah, that's how you can think of her. Then you have 4 Fruit Basket Elf, which is an act. They have an act ability which is Soul Blast 1, retire itself, and then you call 2 plant tokens, and if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can give them plus 5,000 power, turning it from 5,000 to 10,000. So what you can do is say you're against a Shadow Paladin player and you want to bully them for using the inferior deck, and they ride a 5,000 power grade 1 like in the main. You can use Fruit Basket skill, Soul Blast itself, retire, well, Soul Blast 1, retire itself, bam. But that's not a token. That's a token. Wait, there's 2 tokens in there. Oh well, you just make 2 tokens, and you can just bully them a lot for using the inferior deck. So yeah, that's what you do whenever you see a Shadow Paladin player ride into the 5k, or just in general, you bully them because they use the inferior deck until you get into premium, which, god damn it, run! You don't want to face them. Then we have your next card, which is a grade 1 again, Lily of the Valley Musketeer, Rebecca. What she does is, on place, one of the other grade 1s or less will get 5,000 power to end of turn, and then at the end of the turn you can Soul Blast 1, bounce it, you kill a plant token and you bounce her. So she can just keep on being cold, give something 5k and bouncing. And just remember to keep on using the skill, since that's something I forgot a lot at Springfest, where I'll just call her, and then when my opponent rides, I'm like, oh, I could have used the skill. And then I ended up dying because that 10k might have mattered. So yeah, don't forget to use the skill if you're planning on bouncing her, since it's actually good to keep bouncing her, because if you don't use a guard, she gives something else 5k. But yeah, hence the last grade 1 I've run in the deck is 2 of Craig of Co-Prosperity Craig. What Knight of Co-Prosperity Craig, what he does is all plant tokens in the same row as this unit will get 5,000 power, and it's permanent, so it doesn't stop when your turn ends. So yeah, you have 2 tokens like normal. It can be on rear guard, say in the back row. You have the 7k Craig, and then say you're against Murakumo, and they're using Fushimi. They can't hit these tokens without getting a trigger or having a higher than 10k, since Craig gives them 10k on their turn as well. So very nice if you ever see a Murakumo with Fushimi, which I'm not sure if there's any that do that now still, so yeah. And then we hop into the grade 2 lineup. We have, for Sylvia, what she does is, on place, either circle, call a token. It's just that much of a simple ability. It's 1 sentence long, easy, don't need to explain anything. And then you have 4 Kyvant. What he does is, on place, he gains 5,000 for every other grade 0 rear guard you have. But just do keep in mind, say for example you have 5 tokens in the rear guard and you want to call a Kyvant, if you were to call him over one of those tokens, yeah, he won't get 25,000 power, but 20,000, as that token he was placed over is retired before his skill activates. So keep that in mind if you have a full token and you just want to make more power, because that's very crucial. Then next, we have for Spiritual Tree Stage Urnzel. What he does is, on place rearguard only, like Kaivant. If you have 2 or more grade 0s, 0 rearguard, you can counter loss 1, draw a card, and then all units at the same column gain 5,000 power. So, have a token in the same column, use his skill. You're tanking for 25k. So that's pretty good, since that's 20k guard for most grade 2s. And this is a 12k. Which, like, not much clients have yet, I think. I'm not sure. Well, anyway. Onto the grade 3 lineup. You have 4 Trailing Rose. What she does is basically what Sylvia does, but better. So on place, either circle, you make a token. But if she's on Vanguard, you make 2 tokens instead of 1. Which is why she's better Sylvia, because she also has the Force Marker, which we explained at the start of this. And then also an act ability which you can only use on Vanguard, which is once per turn, Soul plus 1, and 3 of your plan tokens will gain 5,000 power until end of turn. So you can make those plan tokens from 5k to 10k and hit grade 2s by themselves. So very nice. Only if they didn't rewrite. So yeah. I mean, if they didn't write a grade 12, a 12,000k grade 2. So yeah. Next we have the last card in the deck, which is for White Lily Musketeer, Cecilia. What she does is, you counterblast 1 once per turn, and you retire a rearguard, look at top 5 cards of your deck, and call 2 of them. And then, if you have a grade 3 in Soul, you can call 3 cards instead of 2, and your front row will gain 10,000 power. But do keep in mind, again, just like Kaivant, you can miss out on some power. Because, let's say you use a skill, yeah, you brick a lot somehow, and like, you open 4 triggers, and then 1 Trailing Rose. What will happen is, you use a skill, and say, oh, I don't want to call any of those heals, so I just call Trailing Rose. Then, this is what happens, and you say, oh, I just called a token. That token will gain 10,000 power from Cecilia as well. That's not what happens, since Cecilia's 10,000 power isn't a continuous. It only gives a 10,000 power after you call the units. So her skill will activate and resolve. Only this Trailing Rose will get 10k, and that's Cecilia. You have an empty rearguard, and say you called a token. That token does not gain any other power. It's just there at 5,000. So yeah, what you would want to do in a situation is just make sure you're smart and just be committed to call a token if you don't have a full rearguard beforehand. So that way you don't miss on that 10,000 power, which even if, again, if it's a trigger, it still makes things work. So yeah, just don't forget that. And that's a very key rule in that some people ended up forgetting, and I think someone forgot at Springfest, and I think nothing happened actually. So yeah, nothing happened. So you can get away with it depending on the opponent, but don't do it. I do not condone it. So yeah, that's also, I hope you enjoyed this build. Again, it did well at Springfest, except I dodged all Kagero. Yeah, that happened. I dodged all Kagero, only first 3 Bermuda, 2 Murakuma, and 1 Deleter in Swiss, and dropping my 1 game against Murakuma, which I was like, oh god, I forgot this. And then in top 8, losing again to another Murakuma, who, yeah, I just dropped 2-0 against them. But that's all for this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed, and then keep an eye out for Snorlax's Bermuda profile